Savannah Palmore, and I'm co-hosting with
Aniya.
And here we have
Jaden, Witt.
Tajuan, Sutherland.
featuring.
Head football coach Seamus Murphy.
Today we're talking about the Cardinal football season, the rundown and how it went, explaining how everything was done and what could have done better. First off, I'd like to thank head coach Murphy. He's the new coach of the football team coming from back of the yards, where he was the coach and athletic director. What made you come to Eisenhower?
There are a lot of factors in coming to Eisenhower, but I think first and foremost, the entire school community. It seemed like a great place to be. Student athletes, teachers, parents, families. It was everything I was looking for in a school. And secondly, I had a lot of familiarity with Eisenhower. I went to a lot of games growing up as a kid, so it was always somewhere that I wanted to coach.
What do you feel you could have did better coaching-wise going into the playoffs?
I think first and foremost that was a weight room game. Mount Carmel is a team that trains year-round. They're in the weight room, and unfortunately, because I came so late in May, we hadn't been in the weight room very long. So that was a weight room game. They were bigger, they were stronger. So it just comes down to being in the weight room and training year-round.
What are your plans for your new players coming up to varsity?
Kind of piggybacking off of that, establishing a strong weight room program right away. We're going to get going right after Thanksgiving break, so we're really looking forward to that. And then summer camp, we're gonna mix it up a little bit, do some new things to get the guys a lot of opportunity to compete against other schools and have the opportunity to grow and get better as football players.
How did the environment change from back of the yards to Eisenhower?
From a football standpoint, I would say it was pretty similar, except there are a lot more players and a lot more coaches to manage and work with. But at the end of the day, kids are kids and football's football, so pretty similar overall.
How do you feel about the outcome of the season?
Yeah, we had some ups and downs, but overall I think it was a very successful season for us to make the playoffs in the first year. I'm really proud of the overall growth of the team and the program. I think we grew a lot on and off the field, and there were a lot of great moments, a lot of great memories that we'll have with us forever. The Shepherd game, I mean that was a lot of fun winning that, it being a homecoming game. TF North overtime victory, so a lot of good moments to build on.
We had one hot summer. What was it like playing football?
Well, like Coach preached the whole summer, it was about effort and attitude, and we had a lot of fun this summer. But having fun and working, you have to separate the two. But sometimes it combines together. But the summer was really hot, but it was fun.
It was mainly hot though. It was 108 degrees in the helmet, But like he said, separating the work from the fun aspect, you got to get the work done first, then focus on having fun later.
Yeah, and it's a balance, right? Like we want to work hard, we want to have fun with what we're doing, but something that I always told them was, it's not just hot in Blue Island. It's hot throughout the entire Chicagoland area, the entire state. So we gotta get it done.
Okay. As varsity players, what was the first impression of your team?
The first impression of the team was we was kind of stagnant in the skill area, more we had more talent than really anything, basically.
Okay.
My impression on the team was, it was kind of mixed, because it was a lot of younger guys. It was more younger guys than it was senior players. So it was a lot of, playing around. Some of the seniors had to correct the younger guys, but like Tajuan said, we had a lot of skill, but we just had to work hard to so we can be good.
What was the hardest part about the season?
The hardest part about the season, I don't know. Probably I have to be.
Hardest part saying was there a hard game? Was there a hard play?
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to get it. Probably the hardest part of the season was probably having St. Lawrence schedule week 2. They was a amazing group, amazing team, and they came ready to play ball, basically.
I think the hardest part of the season was putting in the work because, like you said, it was hot and it was very time consuming. In football, you got to be dedicated because if you're not dedicated, then you're not going to reach your full potential.
Yeah, I think it's just the overall grind and the ups and downs of the season and of the sport. I mean, and that really kind of signifies life. Like, life's not always going to be easy. Things aren't always going to be going good. So having that resiliency and being able to battle and fight that adversity was huge for us.
How did you feel about Shepherd being scheduled for homecoming? And I know the game got canceled on Friday because of the rain. And how did you feel about the waiting and then the Saturday game playing?
It was more of an adrenaline rush, basically, because like we was all ready to play Friday night. Then when the game got delayed, everybody was kind of a little out of it. Everybody wasn't feeling up to it on Saturday. And then when it came time for Saturday, I think the game got pushed back another hour. So then everybody was hoping it didn't get canceled that day. But having Shepherd scheduled for homecoming, it was more like, for me personally, it was more like a family reunion because, like, I played with a lot of people on their team. I went to middle school with a lot of people on their team. So it was basically like a bunch of trash talk. We gonna beat y'all on y'all homecoming. No, y'all not, da-da-da-da-da.
For me, it felt like a chance of redemption because last year we lost to Shepherd, and we wanted to get back at them. We felt kind of bad about that. We were supposed to win that game, but stuff happened, and I felt kind of good about the situation because I know this is going to be my last time playing in front of one of my favorite coaches, Coach Roan, and it was a pretty good time.
Yeah, I would just say the overall anticipation of it was pretty exciting. I mean, to have to go through Friday night and thinking we were playing and then we weren't, and then coming in Saturday and it being delayed, like the anticipation just kept building and building and building, and it wound up probably being our best overall game that we had all year in all three phases. And when I say all three phases, offense, defense, special teams, it all came together for us. And again, a game that I don't think any of us will ever forget.
How intense were the practices?
The practices, some days they're more intense than others. We had a couple bad practices, we had a couple good practices, but overall, I felt like the practices were not too intense to where we couldn't do any, like we couldn't get any rest or like we was aching the next day. But practice is only as intense as you make it. The harder you practice, the more intense you're gonna feel like it was. If a practice isn't intense to you, then that means that you wasn't putting in work.
Well, like he said, if the practice not hard, you wasn't putting in work. But like the intensity of the practices, it all depends on the players. Everybody energy is different. Like we have players coming in, making plays, they screaming the whole practices, getting hyped about it. Then we got other players that don't even really want to be there, so they kind of like being a downer on it, making it kind of boring. But as far as the intensity, when it was pretty solid.
For people who don't play football, can you tell me what like a typical practice is like? Like what's the schedule of it?
Yeah, so the first thing we do, we come in and we start with a dynamic warm-up, dynamic static warm-up, just to get everyone ready to go for the day. We normally, during game week, started off practice with a goal line session. So that was our first team offense versus our first team defense. We would battle it out 4 downs, and the loser would do push-ups or what else did we do? Up downs, whatever it was, for the consequence, and then we'd have the second team, second O versus second D. After goal line, we'd then get into individual. So that's just individual work. So all the receivers are with the receivers, all the offensive linemen are with the offensive linemen, quarterbacks, and just working on those drills and skill-specific stuff. After that, we'll get into some group work, whether it be 7-on-7, inside run, to work on that group setting, and then we get into team. So that was a typical practice, and then finish off with conditioning. But as far as intensity, you want to push that, especially in the summer. I think that's a time where we're really, really intense. During game weeks, it's a balance because we want them to be fresh and ready to go on Fridays too.
Okay. Congratulations into making it to the playoffs. What was your reaction when you found out you were going to make it to the playoffs?
Honestly, I didn't realize that we made the playoffs till people started posting about it, and then once I saw the opponent that we was facing, I was like, "This is gonna be tough." But I know that my guys, I know we could pull it through. But basically my reaction was pretty excited, but at the same time, I was kind of like, we need to start working harder in order for us to make it to the second round.
Well, when I first found out we made the playoffs, it was, regular day, just watching the playoff parent show. I had a pretty good feeling we was going to make it, but then again, with the record we went in with, it was kind of rocky. It was kind of an iffy chance of us making it. But when I found out we made it, I was excited. I was probably one of the first person to post about it on social media and everything. I got the team's attention with it, let them know we made the playoffs, who we were facing. Everybody wasn't too thrilled about the opponent, but everybody was thrilled about the playoff opportunity, so that was good.
Yeah, from our first summer camp date, we set goals for ourselves, and this was one of our goals, to reach the state playoffs. So to see our name and to hear our name get called, it was a pretty special moment. And then obviously to get the draw against the 12-time state champion Mount Carmel Caravan, that was even more eye-opening for us.
Do you plan on playing football for the next level? If so, why?
For college.
I do, because really, I fell in love with the game of football this year, my senior year, as it was coming towards the end, really, because my junior year I didn't get much playing time, so it was basically like, why am I doing this? But then coming in my senior year, I was getting the playing time. It was good. It was fun. We were winning a little bit. It was a little mixed feeling, mixed with everything. So it was like, yeah, why not? Why not try and make it to the next level?
I also like to play football at the next level, but coming into high school, I wasn't really a football guy. I came in playing basketball, but then I realized I wasn't good at that. So I tried football my sophomore year for the first time I ever played football, and I started because my coach decided to trust me on the field, and ever since then I love the sport. I have the passion for it, and I feel like that would be a pretty good player to whoever decides to allow me to play on their team.
If you make it, what position would you like to play?
Me, I want to play tight end or defensive end, high school positions.
I would like to play tight end because I didn't get to play it that much this year, but sophomore year, I had the best one-handed catch that I've ever seen in my life. But I would like to play tight end, defensive end, or linebacker, whatever they choose to put me at.
Okay, what advice would you give to the players who are trying to fill your shoes?
Be more physical. Other teams are not going to wait on you. Other players are not going to let you push them around like they pushovers. Weight room, heavy, get stronger, more physical, all that.
I'm basically saying the same thing. You got to be aggressive, but your aggression got to be controlled. So the guys that's coming up next year, be better than us, have a better season, make it to the state playoffs, man. Make it to the state playoffs, make it to the state, go crazy. I want to see y'all go crazy, man.
Now that you all are seniors, what are your plans after high school?
Well, plans after high school, play football at the next level, get a degree in criminal justice, and yeah.
I also want to play football and go to college, but if football don't take me to the place where I want to be, then I'm going to just be a fireman.
Okay. After playing for all these years, would you coach football, and why?
Yes, but no. Yes, because watching my coach, it seemed like it's fun, yet stressful at the same time. So like I wanna coach so I could build players up into what I know the potential can be. But I wouldn't want to coach again because I'm a sore loser, and if we lose, like the whole team gonna be running like all practice.
Personally, I would not want to coach. Well, I would like want to coach a certain group. Like if it's defensive line, then I would love to coach a position. But being a head coach, I know it's kind of stressful, and I don't think I'm ready to coach.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here, and that is the end of the rundown.
You're welcome.